Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Thanks for joining us. 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Another day jam-packed full of fun and frivolity awaits. So let's get to it.
I mean,
what
that's
do you
what
say?
this show is.
That's what this show is. Yes. Jam-packed full of fun and frivolity.
Making the apocalypse
fun. Right. Sure, the apocalypse is happening all around us, but you don't have to suffer with it.
Right.
Who said you couldn't have a little fun while the apocalypse is going on? So the most recent meeting with Joe Biden regarding the debt apocalypse, and so he got together yesterday with Speaker McCarthy, and here's what McCarthy had to say about the whole thing.
I would hope at the end of the day, when you would sit back and look, that the Democrats said they would never negotiate, that it'd just be a clean debt ceiling. I think those in America would say, good job. You know what? It's not that. So when you talk to your grandchildren, what are you going to tell them? You know what? There's hope. There's hope because they finally woke up and they got a spending problem. There's hope because there's people who are willing to do something about it, but not just do something about it, but fight for them. So what I want to tell you, the American people, I will not give up on you. This won't solve all the problems, but this is the first step, and I'm going to come back the next day and get the next step. So I would hope that we could get everybody on both sides out to vote for it, to actually put their partisanship aside and think of the grandchildren. Think of that child born today that got a $94,000 bill. How can you sit there and say, oh, I'm going to spend more of their money? Let's stop that. Let's make this economy stronger. Let's take care of the debt that we acquired because we have a responsibility to pay it. And let's stop doing this by the deadline, worrying whether we're going to make it. We'll make better policy.
$94,000.
Good luck, Kev.
Kids born today already start out in debt. Oh,
good luck.
If you're going by per taxpayer, it's $250,000. So, yeah, it's a fairly hefty debt. You know, $32 trillion. I mean, after a while, it starts to really add up. And I think
Are you a banker
it
now?
finally has. It's finally added up to something.
I think I heard something. Did I hear correctly? 73 times? 73 times since 1960 we've raised the debt ceiling? I mean, what?
Well, I'm surprised it's only 73.
Only the 73?
Seems like we do it every 2 weeks.
Sure
or so.
does.
But, I mean, what he said there was reasonable, right? Let's not saddle future generations with so much debt. Let's stop spending like we have been. And all they're asking for is a decrease in the increase. Let's just not spend as much more as we were going to do. Let's spend a little less more than we planned.
Can't do that.
Okay, no, can't do
Spend
that.
a little
Can't do
less
that.
more.
Spend
Okay,
less
I like
more.
That's
that.
all I'm asking is a little less more. So instead of a 5% increase, we do a 1% increase. Well, that is you're cutting spending.
Right.
Draconian.
And is it only 1%?
I think that's what they're asking
Okay.
for is 1%.
Okay.
I mean, jeez. Not only can we not cut spending by 1%,
No.
we can't cut the increase in spending by 1%. Yeah, it's madness. It's just madness. Democrat Congressman Ted Lieu doesn't think what McCarthy said there was reasonable.
Wait.
He's out telling the press they should be doing their job in covering the debt ceiling negotiations, or how they should be doing their job. Here's what he had to say.
This is beyond the norm. And if you describe this as a negotiation of both sides issue, you're misleading the public.
Oh, my gosh.
Because Republicans have this button here that they push, and it's crash the economy. So they can say, hey, you don't provide billions for a border wall, we're going to push this button and crash the economy. You don't go to agree to these devastating cuts. They're going to cause over 100,000 jobs to be lost. We're going to push this button here and crash the economy. This is not a negotiations. This is a hostage taking, well beyond the norm. Wow. And this is how you should report it.
Okay, thank you for telling us how we should report
Appreciate it, Ted.
Jeez. How about you stick your advice right up your rectal cavity?
Oh, right up there, huh?
Yeah.
Sideways.
That doesn't sound... I mean, is that a negotiating tactic?
No.
Okay.
No, that's just a really strong suggestion for him. Then there's KJP, Townhall.com noticed what she said on May 12th compared with what she's saying this week.
Okay.
He has been very clear. We are not going to negotiate over the debt limit. That is something that Congress should act on. I've always said that we are negotiating on the budget. I've always been very clear about that. I said that default is not negotiable.
No.
How quickly they forget their own words.
No.
It doesn't matter, though. They just lie about it.
Yeah, they don't care.
I mean, they could utter something in the previous sentence and then tell you they didn't just utter it. Mm-hmm. That's how bad these people are. Representative Jayapal discussed the debt ceiling debate, some potential consequences if Democrats don't get everything they want.
Uh-oh, here come the threats.
I think there would be a huge backlash from our entire House Democratic, caucus, certainly the progressives, but also in the streets. I think that this it's important that we don't take steps back from the very strong agenda that the president himself shepherded and led over the last 2 years.
Mm-hmm. There's a signal to the streets.
My gosh. Again, if that was a Republican threatening action in the streets and repercussions from something that the Republicans want to happen and isn't, and they were talking about people getting in the streets, what would they be accused of? Violence, inciting violence and rioting. My God. Just...
I tell you, man.
Oh, man. So, how's your day going so far? Is it good?
So good.
Man.
Yeah, it's going fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks.
It's really, really good. Yesterday, Biden was out there praising Nancy Pelosi, who is,
Why was he out there praising her? I mean, was it her birthday? Was it? I don't know why he was out there praising Nancy.
I don't know.
What was the reason for him to be all in love with her? In public. All of a sudden.
On this particular day. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe he'll shed some light on that.
Good.
With Nancy leading the way, you never had to worry about whether the bill would pass. If she said she had the votes, she had the votes every time. And she had the votes, so many life-changing pieces of legislation. She helped rescue the economy in the Great Depression.
What?
Nancy's been around a long time, longer than I thought.
Rescue the economy in the Great Depression. End quote. That's what he said. It was very clear. You're acting like you didn't understand that.
I rescued the Great Depression was World War II. Was she responsible for that? I don't think so.
Fun fact, she wasn't born until the end of the Great Depression. It was already over.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, he sucks.
Wow. And by the way, nothing that FDR did. In fact, everything he did caused it to get worse.
Sure did. Lasted longer here than everywhere else, right?
Yes. That's why it's the Great Depression here, and it's just a depression everywhere else on the planet.
Yeah, and so whenever I hear Nancy Pelosi and the Great Depression mentioned at the same time, I think back to 2008. We had the economic crisis, and we're trying to rescue the economy. What was the George Bush line? I had to
We had to
abandon free market principles to
save the free market.
Right. So 2008, times are tough, and then Nancy Pelosi steps up to the mic there on the House floor.
Chairman Bernanke is probably one of the foremost authorities in America on the subject of the Great Depression. I don't know what was so great about the Depression, but that's the name they give it.
Imbecile.
Oh, my gosh.
I don't know what's
She's
so
good.
great about the Great Depression, but that's
good.
the name they give it.
Well, she rescued the country from the Great Depression, so...
cut her some slack, Keith.
Cut her some slack.
Yeah, okay.
Exactly.
Okay, so this was part of the Emily National Gala, and this year they were celebrating the Democratic pro-choice women bringing change to their communities and the world in elected office, and they were honoring Nancy.
That's beautiful.
So
good. All right. Well, good.
That's why she was being yapped about from.
Well, she rescued the country from the Great Depression. We should still be talking about her, and praising her every day.
I mean, even if she doesn't realize what's so great about it.
Right. That's right. Also, over the weekend, I don't want to let this go by because we had yet another lie. It was the same lie told again and again and again and again. This time in Japan, Biden is walking past a group of Marines and addresses them with this little fact.
My son was a major, U.S. Army. Lost him in Iraq. Bronze Star, like you all about country.
Okay, so his son was a major, and he lost him in Iraq. No.
No,
You didn't.
it didn't happen.
He keeps perpetuating the lie.
He wants
that
to
Beau
be true.
Biden died in Iraq fighting for his country. He wants it so badly that he just keeps repeating it. Your son did not die in Iraq. Just out of control.
My son was a major, U.S. Army.
U.S. Army.
Lost him in Iraq.
Well, somebody found him and brought him to a hospital in the United States because he had developed cancer, and that's what he died from.
And he tries to make the case that it was the burn pits.
I guess. I don't know. Is that what he's actually saying?
Yeah. I mean, that's what he tries to make that case, that it was the burn pits that gave him the cancer.
Unbelievable. And they don't know that.
No, they don't.
They don't know that.
They also, even if you make that tie, you still didn't lose him in
Iraq. Right. You could say he developed cancer, we think, from the burn pits in Iraq, but he died of cancer later.
That's a little wordy when you're walking by Marines and you're just trying to...
That's true.
And you're just trying to lie and make yourself look good.
More words, man, makes it less convincing.
Too many.
Yeah.
Too many words. And you can only stand so many from this president. So that part is true. I can't take the preponderance of words from him. I wish he'd never speak another word.
That'd be great.
Like this.
Wouldn't that be great?
Oh, I like that
be
timeline.
awesome.
It'd be really nice. But the lying sack, I can't. It's really hard to take. It is very, very difficult.
Very hard to take. Oof. Our president, when he's, I can't even. I barely take him walking somewhere.
I know. I can't.
Watching the video,
looking at him
walking. Somewhere.
Looking at him pisses me off. I see him sitting there or standing there with that dazed, far off look in his eye. The lights are on, but nobody's home, and I can't take it. Like, I have to look away because it's too much. Can't even stand to look at the guy, and then to hear his nauseating voice and the lies that come out of that voice. It's too much. It's too much. Ron DeSantis is going to announce on Twitter Spaces tonight that he's indeed running for president. Tonight's the night.
Yeah.
Some people aren't too impressed with DeSantis and what he's done in Florida, like this liberal talking head on MSNBC last night, who was praising the NAACP's warning to black people traveling to the Sunshine State.
I think it was extremely clever, and I really appreciate the NAACP's guidance on this issue. Clever. I just took my family to spring break in Florida recently, and I think about all of the folks who traveled there for sun and joy and peace and restoration. And to be reminded that actually this is getting to the point where Florida is about to be a terrorist state to many of us here in America. Certainly as a lesbian, as a black woman, I don't want to have anything to do with the place.
You just went
like weeks ago. But weeks ago it was a paradise, Pat.
That is crazy. Now. She just took her family to Florida.
Had a great time.
Rest
Sunshine,
and relaxation and rejuvenation.
You got it.
And now it's a terrorist state.
I mean, these things happen fast, man. These locations can just turn on a dime.
How do you ever have her back?
I don't know. Was that CNN or MSNBC?
MSNBC.
Yeah. I mean, that's how you have her back.
That's right. That's right. Jeez.
That's pathetic.
Outrageous. The other day, DeSantis had this to say about one of his positions. He's under fire for some of the policies that he has pushed forward in Florida. And one of the policies, he just signed into law the bill the heartbeat bill in Florida, that 6 weeks, no abortions after 6 weeks. And he's gotten some criticism from Donald Trump and others on that.
One of the things I'm most proud of is that the state of Florida stands unequivocally in defense of the family and in defense of our children. And we have done more to protect children than any state in the country. Of course, just a few weeks ago, I was fortunate enough to sign the heartbeat bill, which is the strongest pro-life bill Florida's seen in its modern history. We got it done.
Yay. We can still go
And
babies,
let's
just not as soon.
And let's be very clear on this, that when we are acting to protect an unborn child that has a detectable heartbeat, that is humane. That is not harsh. It is the right thing to do.
Exactly.
Hello.
That's obviously a shot at Trump, because Trump said it was harsh what he just signed into law. Harsh?
Harsh?
Wait, no. What's harsh is murdering babies in the womb. That's harsh. Okay, protecting them at 6 weeks when the heartbeat is detectable, that's not harsh. That's not harsh. All right, let me tell you about Patriot Mobile, because Americans have had it up to here. We're done supporting companies that rake in millions, sometimes billions of dollars while trashing the country. That's made their success possible. I mean, how many times have we seen that lately? And how many different companies? Till recently, we just had to take it. But companies like Patriot Mobile are building a whole new economy, and it's one that embraces the values that made America the greatest country on earth. It's America's only Christian conservative wireless provider. They offer dependable nationwide coverage on all three major networks. So really, if you're on, say, Verizon and you want to keep it, you can just do that through Patriot Mobile. Really great. So get your coverage guarantee from Patriot Mobile. If you're not happy with your coverage, you can switch to a different network for free without changing carriers. All this, plus the knowledge that you're supporting free speech, the sanctity of life, the Second Amendment, and our military and first responders. Their 100% based, U.S.-based customer service team makes switching really easy, too. Just go to patriotmobile.com/Pat or call them right now at 878-PATRIOT. You'll get free activation today when you use the offer code PAT. It's patriotmobile.com/Pat. patriotmobile.com/Pat or 878-PATRIOT.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
We need to, sadly, get to this white supremacist.
Terrible, man.
Really horrible. I mean, this is why they keep warning us about the white supremacists. Biggest danger, biggest domestic threat, biggest terroristic threat this nation faces. And this latest, do we have the photo of the latest white supremacist Nazi?
Look at that.
There he is.
Wow, bro.
There he is. Tired of these people.
I mean, that
the
photo,
blonde-haired, blue-eyed Nazis.
It shouts
You
Aryan.
know? Right, doesn't
Aryan,
it?
right there.
Doesn't it? You think Adolf Hitler when you see this guy.
That's
Look
at that mustache.
And with a name like Sai Varsith Kandula,
right?
It doesn't just speak white supremacy; it screams it at the top of its lungs.
Screams Third Reich.
Yeah, it does. It does. This is the guy, the alleged neo-Nazi, that had the Nazi flag laid out nicely for the photo, right beside the U-Haul that slammed into the White House, or the White House barrier.
Right.
It feels like, and maybe I'm just reading too much into this, and I apologize if that's the case, but it feels like you're not buying that story. Like, the tone in your voice.
What?
Almost feels like...
that's weird.
You're not really believing that.
That he's a white supremacist?
That he's a white supremacist.
Well, he clearly is.
Nazi.
He had a Nazi flag, and look at him.
Yeah.
Look at him.
I was scanning through some social media about this white supremacist. And I found one post from a Gaina Fauci on Twitter.
Okay.
And I guess Gaina Fauci had a transcript on how this came about.
Oh, wow.
Oh, really?
Okay.
I mean, he has it printed here on his Twitter feed.
Oh, nice.
The feds. We need a false flag attack tonight. This is coming straight from the top. Dude, it's midnight. I know. I'm sorry, but we got to pull it off somehow. What do you got? I just helped my mom move and have a fresh U-Haul truck handy. Okay, nice. I have a Nazi flag myself. Are you thinking what I am? The standard U-Haul wreck near the White House, and then we happen to find their Nazi flag inside the cab? You know it. Man, we make a good team. I'm assuming that's a transcript. That Gain of Fauci found.
Yeah.
I don't know that to be true.
Awesome.
Probably some sort of conversation a lot like that took place the other night.
Come on now.
I mean, he's charged with threatening to kill, kidnap, or inflict harm on the president, vice president, or family member, as well as assault with a dangerous weapon, reckless operation of a motor vehicle, trespassing, and destruction of federal property. So I guess his intent was to kill the president. Interesting.
So he was going to, what was it? Take power? Take control?
Yes, he
What's
was
the
gonna,
article say?
Right, where is that? Because, he was going to take control. Let me see. Deliberate. He's going to seize power.
Seize power.
Okay, so his plan was to seize power and kill the president.
I mean, do we know his policy positions? I mean, I really would like to at least hear him out.
We don't.
I could tell you one thing. I've rented a lot of U-Hauls over the years, and I'm a fan of U-Haul. So as long as he's driving a U-Haul,
okay,
you're
on
okay
board.
Go
All
ahead.
Right. So he's got one vote.
I don't Okay.
Well, had he accomplished his ends, obviously he'd be in power now. Right.
Right. Had he made it through multiple barriers with his
and then
empty U-Haul,
hurt somebody in the White House,
Nazi
heaven forbid, he'd be in power now. We'd be being ruled by what's his name again? Sai? Is it? Yes.
Sure.
Sai Varsith Kandula.
I mean, is our nation, is it like capture the flag? Whoever has the flag is the
You capture
leader?
the flag and you're the guy.
That's why that shaman, that's why he was such a threat. He was this close to capturing the flag. And they got to make an example of him. And this guy didn't get the memo and wrecked his truck.
So I love the fact that they know that this is what he was trying to do. He's trying to seize power and kill the president.
Okay.
But they're wondering if maybe there's not a mental disorder involved here.
What?
Where are you getting that?
Sounds like pretty clear thinking to me.
That sounds like they're editorializing there.
You've got an empty U-Haul truck with your Nazi flag. And you're going to seize power.
Yes.
Of the United States of America.
Right. By running into the White House
through the barriers
with your U-Haul. And then people would call you crazy? What?
I mean, MK Ultra
I don't know where
will
they're
definitely
getting that.
make you crazy.
Jeez. What a world. What else do we have on this guy? When Secret Service agents asked Kandula about a flag with a swastika he removed from a backpack, he allegedly said he bought it online because, quote, Nazis have a great history. Unquote.
Wow. I'm telling you, man, his mind control training wasn't that deep. It's like
you don't think?
An inch deep there.
Huh. Yeah, but it's a mile wide. It's an inch deep and a mile wide.
It was nice of the photographer to lay out the Nazi flag.
Yes, so
beside
carefully.
The U-Haul.
Look, everyone, it's a Nazi flag.
Yeah, look what we found all buried in his backpack.
Look, an obvious white supremacist here. He allegedly said he admires their authoritarian nature, eugenics, and their one world order.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay, this is such a Fed operation, man.
He identified Hitler as, quote, a strong leader, unquote. This guy's right on top of stuff, isn't he?
He is.
Hard to dispute anything he was saying.
Wait, so they drag him out.
Jeez.
And those are his quotes?
Yes.
The Nazis have a great history.
Right.
I admire their authoritarian nature, eugenics, and their one world order. That's the quote.
But one of his friends who was on the Marquette High School track team with him remembered him as quiet and unassuming. Isn't that always the case?
Yes. Yeah.
He was nice and chill, Arian Barfield said.
Oh, good.
Ain't ever expected him to do something like that.
Oh, no.
He ain't ever expected it. So, what a surprise.
Right.
I mean, if you ain't ever expected it, and then you see your friend do something like that,
you're surprised.
You're really surprised.
I mean, you're flabbergasted.
Your world is shattered at that point.
I ain't ever expected him to do it. And yet, Arian, he did it.
He did.
Hold on.
He did it. And his name is Arian.
Wait a minute.
That should have been the friend.
All right.
That should have been a clue to authorities years ago. He's running track with an Aryan.
Right. Who ain't never.
Okay, I almost feel like our white supremacist buddy was set up
almost
by his friend on track.
Yeah.
You're right. I feel that way too, Keith.
Yeah.
And I think we need to drive that point home.
Wow.
Errion. How else would you say that other than Aryan? Wow. Yeah. Coincidence? I think not.
Sometimes the stories just write themselves.
They really do. Now, Kandula was a member of the sizable South Asian population.
Oh yeah, that's a breeding ground for
white
Hitler
supremacy.
Youth.
Yeah.
Pranav Nagila, who was a year ahead of Kandula, said he couldn't make sense of a one-time schoolmate possibly having a Nazi flag in his possession. I didn't see him as off-putting or anything like that, said Nagila. He just seemed like a chill person. That's a second guy who called him chill. And apparently he's not that chill. He's not as chill as his friends thought.
Get his friends a thesaurus, man.
Only one said ain't never. Right? So
Ain't ever.
Ain't ever.
Yeah. Ain't ever expected him to do something like that.
Well, I mean, that's who the government targets. If you're looking for a patsy.
I love this story. This story is absolute gold.
It keeps giving.
It's the story that keeps on giving. And, nobody was hurt. So.
Except for America's soul.
Right.
Hat.
I think there's a little damage to the U-Haul truck, too. I don't think they're too happy.
He's not getting that
hope he
deposit
purchased
back.
insurance.
Yeah.
And some of the barriers at the White House are a little worse for the wear.
Yeah.
But they did serve their purpose, and he didn't get to drive the U-Haul into the White
worked?
House.
Are you?
Not a wall, but one of the barriers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right, don't try to make this. We see what you're doing.
I
over
see
there,
what
Jeffy.
you're trying to make this a border situation.
Bro, totally not the same thing, Jeffy.
No, stupid.
Yeah, why is there a fence around 1600?
There shouldn't be. I'll tell you that right now. There should not be.
Nope. I think we take it down.
Of course, it stopped this white supremacist. Thank goodness. This
I
neo-Nazi.
thought it was a barrier and not a fence. Not a wall.
Yeah, see.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Two separate things.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. I didn't realize you were going to get so pissed.
Yeah. Well, I am now.
And I guess who can blame you? Who can blame you?
So hold on. It was empty? This
The
U-Haul?
U-Haul? Yeah, there was no bombs or anything in it.
You put a little weight in that thing, it might break through a barrier.
Yeah, do better with your psyop. I mean,
Right?
that was so obvious. You're gonna let the guy drive an empty truck and not put anything in it that's suspect. Did it even have
they had the swastika.
Oh, had the flag
in a backpack.
They had the flag.
Did it have those nasty blankets that you wrap around the dresser so they don't get scratched up?
Those things work. What are you talking
Is that
about?
all that was
nasty?
in there?
I love those things.
They've been used 7,000 times.
So what? Those things work, man. And sometimes you get lucky and they haven't been checked in.
Mm-hmm.
Those end up in my house.
Oh my gosh, Jeffy's got U-Haul blankets in his house.
Absolutely.
They have
You know how many
stamped
times
on
I've
it,
moved?
U-Haul.
Quite a few.
What was the other thing, Pat?
Quite a few. Well, he was skilled. He describes himself as skilled in Python and Java coding languages.
Oh.
Yeah,
There
and he
you go.
writes in currently certified in Google and IBM as a data analyst.
Oh, totally sounds like a terrorist.
Yeah, absolutely. This guy.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
I ain't ever expected him to do nothing like that. I ain't ever expected him to do nothing like that.
Are we sure he sounded like that, though?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm just assuming. But maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I shouldn't. We're still mulling over the white supremacists who tried to seize power in the country the other night and almost did it.
Almost
did it. Had a U-Haul and a Nazi flag. What more do you need?
So if you take over the White
control?
House, right, and like you become the de facto president of the United States.
Yes, it's weird. It's like you mentioned it. It's like capture the flag.
Like, do you have to change the locks? And now nanner.
Well, we don't.
I'm here.
We didn't. It wasn't said what else he had in his backpack, right?
Well, he had duct tape. I know that.
He did have duct tape. Wow. So he was fixing. He were fixing to kidnap a president of the United States.
Nothing you can't do with duct tape.
Nope. All right, we got some tweets here. Dirty Mule tweets. Is it me or does it seem the debt ceiling gets raised as often as we send money to Ukraine? Yeah, it does seem that way. It's not just you. Lutheran housewife, why don't you guys just ask Jeffy about who saved us from the Great Depression? You have an eyewitness to it right there in the studio with you. Really good point.
Jeffy?
Nancy Pelosi.
Okay, thank you. Lynn tweets, Bone Brain Biden thinks Nancy is still Speaker of the House. Well, there's your problem right there. Mm-hmm. That's why he continues to praise her. Alex Gray, as a Floridian, I'm perfectly okay with the left thinking we're a dangerous state. Right. Yeah, keeps them out of there.
That's kind of a good point.
Yes.
But Alex must be a white supremacist. So.
From Keith's Lost Guns, white supremacists, the most inclusive group in America. Apparently, all races are welcome.
Right.
That's a great point.
That is a great point.
Because how many white supremacists have been black or, Southeast Asian or anything but white lately? Several of them.
Kind of defeats the
whole purpose of white supremacy, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah. David Cullup tweets, isn't it about damn time we ban these U-Haul trucks? There is no useful purpose to have these dangerous weapons all over the streets. They almost took our democracy.
Oh, yeah. Almost. Ooh, we got lucky.
Very close. Very close. Wow. So
I would fight against that. I'm a U-Haul believer, yeah.
U-Haul believer.
I'm a U-Haul believer. I'm a fan. No one supports U-Hauls more than me.
So it's zoos and U-Hauls?
Correct.
Okay.
And truckers.
All right.
And truckers.
Oh, and truckers.
Yeah. Truckers on the list? Absolutely.
All right. Let's check in with Jeffy now with Chewing the Fat, if we could. By the way.
Is this going away or?
No. The people have spoken, Jeff Fisher.
Last week we ran the poll on Twitter. Should the Jeffy Chewing the Fat kids playing their instruments on the opening theme be shortened when introducing the segment? Keep it as is. 62% shorten it. 38%.
Mm-hmm. There it is.
So there you have it.
Well, let's hear it.
And we did say that was a non-binding poll.
Thank you.
Bathe in the glory of this.
We don't necessarily have to do it.
Yeah, but here it is. So the big crescendo. And didn't seem quite so long this time because we talked over much of it.
Mercy.
It's still there, though.
But we're still there.
Still there. It hasn't ended,
Still
Pat.
going. Still going, as a matter of fact.
Hasn't finished up, Pat. You jinxed it.
There we go. All right.
So, Jeff Bezos asked girlfriend Lauren Sanchez to marry him.
Aww.
Did he?
Now, this may come as a shock to you
beautiful.
and the audience.
Mm-hmm.
She said yes.
Aww. She did?
She said yes.
Oh, that's obviously true love. True love.
I know.
It's an overnight delivery.
So pictured here on the deck of the old Carew, the K-O-R-U, the new $500 million yacht, the 417-foot long, 230-foot tall inaugural voyage.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's his?
Well, yeah, he finally got it out. It was it went under sea trials in February, and he was handed over to him last month. And so it's the second largest sailing ship in the world.
Wow.
Sailing Yacht A, which is owned by Russian fertilizer billionaire Andrei Melnychenko. So
he's not running his company Amazon out of a garage anymore, I take it.
No, he is not. No, he is not.
Update that.
That is cool, though, that he started that company out of his garage.
Changed the world, man.
And look at look at what happened.
Changed the world.
Can you imagine things without Amazon now? I can't. I really can't.
Either. So they flew over to Europe, and then they went to the super yacht this last weekend, and he said that this trip was going to be all about Lauren. So there's plenty of Lauren business going on. I'll tell you that. Lauren is taking care of herself, and
that's a really good point, Keith. They're not married yet, so there can be no business yet.
They're just engaged.
They're not. Okay, all right, no problem.
Sad that's a joke, isn't it? It's sad.
Why is it sad? Oh my God!
It's sad.
No,
Come on. Yes. It is.
That's where we're at.
You
Go ahead.
Should wait.
Carry on.
We thrown him off. He can't do the rest of this segment.
Yeah.
He's like, what kind of blasphemy is that?
So he commissioned the figurehead of the boat's prow. Kind of looks familiar. Looks a lot like Lauren there on the old prow. Lauren looking like she's doing all right with herself. For the old job. I love this shot. I love this shot too. The main ship, which is painted midnight blue and has gold accents, boasts 3 decks, a pool, and a huge sun terrace. But you see that little dumpy flat boat off in the distance there on the other side?
Oh no!
That's the separate little support vessel that travels with the yacht. And that support vessel has the private submarine and the helipad and the collection of speedboats and supercars and other toys that Jeff and Lauren may need in their travels.
Oh my gosh.
Remember, because originally she was a helicopter pilot, right? So when they built this yacht and designed it, it didn't have a helipad. And she was like, Jeff, what if I want to fly my helicopter? So he just commissioned a whole other support boat to travel with them.
Nice.
That's awesome.
So
that's good living right there.
$500 million for the main boat.
Yeah,
and then how much for the
support? I don't know how much for the support vehicle and with the subs and the vehicles. I mean,
yeah, it's probably a lot. I bet it's over $100.
Ooh. Well, I don't go crazy. $100?
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's a lot.
I don't know. It is amazing that she said yes to that, though.
Isn't it?
It is amazing that she said yes to that.
I was really worried that if he did ask her, that she might say no.
Right?
Because who wants to marry the second or third richest man in the world? Who wants to do that? Hardly anybody.
Hardly anybody.
I'd marry the guy if he asked me.
Oh, my gosh. Are you kidding me?
Jeez.
They're in a heartbeat.
Yes. Yes, Jeff.
No kidding. Sign this, and if we do happen to break up, you're only going to get $30 billion.
Yeah. Oh, all right.
I don't want that to happen.
Oh, no. Of
but
course. This is all about love,
right?
Thank you. We're marrying for love.
Thank you.
And I have no interest in your money.
Thank you.
The helipad.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Right. I need a helicopter. You built this boat and it doesn't even have a place for my helicopter.
Jeez.
All right, we'll just build another one. God, I got you. Don't worry about it. Shut up. All right, there you go.
There it is.
So, the asteroid, we had several asteroids pass by Earth earlier this week, but
I hadn't even heard about that.
There were 4 of them that passed by, but a meteorite in Australia was caught on a couple of cameras this past weekend. Awesome looking. They claim that it measures 1.5 to 3 feet and was traveling 62,000 to 93,000 miles an hour when it was caught on camera.
Ooh. Wow, that lit up the sky.
Yes, it did. Flying by.
Wow. But wait, it doesn't have the return trip like in Japan, where we had the one come down and then the one go up.
No. Yeah, there's another shot. Here's another shot of it from the highway.
Right. Wow.
How cool is that, dude?
That's amazing.
That is amazing.
And they think it was going 62,000 to 90 miles an hour? 90,000 miles an hour.
Yeah, 62 to 93,000.
Wow. That's fairly fast.
That's fairly fast.
That's fast.
That is fairly fast. Now, we know that the Jerusalem Post likes to put animal sizes to the asteroids. That's what they do. So we had 4 on Monday, right? An asteroid the size of around 20 bald eagles had a close flyby.
With their wings out, or do we know, are they balled up?
I feel like it was the wings out.
Wings out, okay.
I feel like it was the wings out.
Very good.
And then the other three were asteroid 2023 GY2. That was around the size of 8 giant oarfish. We had asteroid 2023 JK7. That was around half a Hungarian gray cattle. I'm sorry, 51 and a half Hungarian gray cattle.
Okay, that's a big difference.
That's a big difference, I know. And asteroid 2023 JZ1 is nearly the size of 43 aardvarks. So they passed by. I mean,
boy, they just really entertain themselves.
I know
they
do. Sure do.
Post.
So a new study at the University of Colorado and NASA scientists and accepted for publication in the Astronomical Journal extended forecasts for the biggest known near Earth asteroids by an order of magnitude and found none threaten Earth in the next 1,000 years.
In 1,000 years?
1,000 years. So the asteroid with the highest probability.
How do they know that?
The asteroid with the highest probability of impact is 1994 PC1, which is a kilometer-wide asteroid that passes close to Earth often.
Hang on.
And the team found, I know.
A kilometer wide. I want to know how many animals wide. Bro.
Oh, yeah, this isn't Jerusalem Post. Yeah. So the team found that a 0.00151% chance that 1994 PC1 would pass within the moon's orbit in the next 1,000 years. So very small risk. Don't even worry about it.
I'm not worried about it,
Don't
frankly.
worry about it.
Well,
We're
Jeffy,
fine.
you might need to worry about it as long as you live.
Yeah, when you're stuck between the moon and
No,
New
that's
York
not
City.
where I was going. I was going with an age thing.
Okay.
But I think your point is well taken as well.
Is it?
It is,
Yeah. The Donald Trump Stormy Daniels trial is set March 25th, 2024.
What are they on trial about?
Well, she's suing him.
For?
Stormy Daniels for money. I mean, she wants more money. Everybody wants money from Donald.
She said she'd never gotten money from him in the first place, right? Wasn't that the thing? That she never got the payoff.
Okay.
Well, isn't that a thing?
Yeah, she said.
she said she didn't
signed
get
a
it.
document that said she had never.
Right, that
had
she
sex
never
with
got.
him
This trial
and
was still
wasn't-
going on. That's what he went into New York for about a month ago, right? And this time he was on over Zoom. So the scheduled criminal trial for March 25th, putting the president, in a Manhattan courtroom
less than 2
during
weeks
the presidential primary season.
less than 2 weeks after Super Tuesday.
So Trump just glared at the camera during the Zoom appearance. And this is a snapshot of him at the Zoom trial. And he said, he's running for president. His lawyer was like, he's running for president and a leading contender. He's very much concerned that his First Amendment rights are being violated. The judge put a protective order in place banning him from sharing evidence in public, but it's not a gag order.
Jeez.
It's not a gag order. So we'll see how that turns out. And then we have, let's move on to E. Jean Carroll. Shall we?
Oh, gosh. What is she up to?
As long as we're talking about Trump. She is seeking to amend the first of her 2 defamation lawsuits against Donald Trump. Yeah, she wants $10 million now in additional. She wants $10 million in additional damages, citing comments he made on CNN after the jury found him liable. The jury, you recall, ordered him to pay $5 million in damages, and he has appealed the verdict and called Carroll's claims a complete con job. So Carroll's lawyers pointed out that Trump's posts on Truth Social, calling the verdict a disgrace and criticism of Carroll on CNN, arguing that she should be allowed to amend her earlier lawsuit because Trump defamed her by denying the incident.
No way.
So,
What happened to free speech? Wait, he can't express his thoughts as to the outcome of the trial? Stop it. Shut up.
No.
She needs to be told to beat it.
And we still have the investigation surrounding him on January 6th. I mean, the day democracy almost died. So I wonder how that will turn out. I mean, it's never ending for this guy.
Never ending.
Good luck. God bless to him. Reminder to subscribe to my daily show, Chewing the Fat, available wherever you get your podcasts. Chewing the Fat with Jeff Fisher. FYI, HBO is just Max now. It's not HBO Max. It's not HBO. It's
just Max?
Max. Streaming everything on HBO Max is now Max. Plus subscribers will have access to Discovery Plus programming, new TV shows and movies under the Warner Brothers banner. Plus you get HGTV, Food Network. So have fun.
Everybody's in this game now.
Have fun.
You see MGM Plus exists now.
Yeah.
So
and Paramount,
everybody's on it.
Paramount now. Paramount Plus is teaming up with Showtime in the premium tier. That starts the end of June. That will increase to $11.99. And the lower price tier without Showtime content will increase to $5.99. So that kind of ticks me off because I do have the lower tier of Paramount Plus.
I just got an important note here. Breaking news from fake Tyler Morgan, who sends me this. That 1 kilometer wide asteroid, he says, is 222 blue whales wide or 4.5 Jeffies. That is fake Tyler Morgan coming in with the math
there. Thank you. Fake Tyler. That's great stuff. All right, let me share with you that you can the iTarget Pro. How long have we been talking about iTarget Pro? Long time. For years you've heard me talk about it. If you have one, we're about to take you to the next level. If not, this new product is something you really need to get for yourself. Have you ever seen competitive shooters practice timing drills on the range? Imagine being able to do that at home anytime you want and never spend a dime on ammo. That's what the all-new iTarget Cube does for you. The Cube is fully compatible with your existing laser bullets. You can buy one, or you can upgrade to the 3-pack for a really unique training experience. Compete with friends, practice clearing drills, use random mode to test your ability to react, all while the system times every shot you take. And right now, you can save 10% and get free shipping when you use the offer code PAT. Go to itargetpro.com. iTarget Pro that comes in almost all calibers, from 9mm to 223. You can train with your AR-15. That's the letter I, then targetpro.com, itargetpro.com, offer code PAT. So, do you have anything?
I just was. We do one more here before the end. I know you're a huge Kurt Cobain fan.
Oh man!
So his. I know that's
okay.
His smashed Fender Stratocaster guitar sold at auction. It didn't say whom it sold to, so I'm guessing it may have been you. But it sold for how much would you get for that, Pat?
$12.
Well, that's what I was thinking.
$12.
$595,900.
Wow,
that's a little bit more than $12.
So a somewhat bigger Kurt Cobain fan, apparently.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
With some tweets. Carl Smith tweets, I want everyone to know that all my U-Haul trucks were lost in a terrible boating accident. That's probably just as well.
Yeah.
They're so dangerous. Linda Rose tweets, as perfectly stated by Sarah Gonzalez yesterday, we suck so bad as white supremacists that we had to outsource to India.
Yeah.
Okay. In a tin can tweets, that asteroid is 90,000 miles per hour. It's crawling compared to Pat on the highway. You got that right. That is true. Yeah, because I generally travel about the speed of light. You know that Einstein believed you couldn't go faster than the speed of light? In fact, you can't even go the speed of light if you have like an object of any mass at all.
What an idiot.
I know. What a bonehead. Doesn't he know about warp speed, which is multiple times the speed of light? What a dummy. I mean, that's how we got the vaccine so fast.
Thank you.
They're going at warp speed. Man, apparently, the closer you get to light speed, the more mass that you gain.
Okay.
So by the time you would reach light speed, you would be at infinite mass, and you couldn't go light speed at that point.
How fast does Jeffy go?
I'm at light speed right now.
Light speed right now?
That was his problem. Right, he went faster than light speed at one point. But because he was overweight, it slowed him down quite a bit.
And the hits just keep on coming.
Don't they, though?
And now he's just...
He's going to tell us something.
He's just at rest now. It's not the mass in motion thing that Newton talked about. He's a body at rest.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
To be acted upon.
Oh, my God.
So that's kind of cool. All right, okay. Let me tell you about Off the Record. I'm doing Off the Record again tomorrow.
All right.
So this will be fun. You should come in, Jeffy, and have them ask you questions, too. That'd be fun.
Time we doing that?
11 o'clock.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Oh, no. Really?
Yeah.
Or you
darn,
can't make it?
I wish I could.
That's too bad. I'll be there at 11 Central Time. So it's 12 Eastern, 11 Central, 10 Mountain, and 9 Pacific. Okay?
What
Off
time
the
in
record.
Guam?
3 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
Tomorrow morning.
So I'll be hosting that for Blaze TV subscribers. It's your chance to chat with me about anything you want. Ask any question you want. We'll answer it all. We don't have any big tech censors looking over our shoulders, so no topic is off limits. If you're not a Blaze subscriber, get to the blazetv.com/off the record. Sign up today so you can join the conversation. Use the promo code off the record. The other Blaze TV hosts and I are going to be doing these live chats on a regular basis. So I guess it's about once a month for each of us. If you want to have a direct line to me, tomorrow, join us at 11 a.m. Okay? blazetv.com/off the record to sign up, and we'll see you then. You know, we still don't have the trans shooter manifesto. I really want to know what they're hiding now. What are you hiding at this point?
I know. And now that if and when we get it, do we believe what's in it?
Yeah, well, are we going to ever get it, the actual transcript? Or if they release it, will it all be redacted?
Right.
For national security. National security. That's what they'll claim, I'm sure. But what kind of national security issue could there be for some psychotic trans person?
I don't know.
Come on. It's asinine at this point. Just show us her hatred for Christians or whatever the case may be that we're going to find out from this thing. Because if it was a MAGA Republican, we would have had it the day of.
They would have carved in stone tablets already.
You know, the shooter went into the chapel at the school and shot up, I don't know, some Christian icon or something.
Adam.
Yes, that's what it was. Jeez. Like, put 7 bullets in it. I'm like, okay. But we don't know what the motivation was. We're a little confused.
We are.
As to why she did that. Okay. All right. Also, Chadwick Moore is an author who's been writing a book about Tucker Carlson. And he just released this interesting video about the whole situation.
Hey guys, Chadwick Moore here.
Hi.
I'm
Hey,
the
Chadwick.
author of a new biography about Tucker Carlson titled Tucker. I have spent the last year researching and writing this book.
How did he come up with that? That is
I don't know.
Really clever.
I don't know. And I got to tell you.
Where did you think of it?
I did not authorize the statue of me to be on behind him. So
I didn't notice the statue. So, all right, let's see the statue. And the rest of what Chadwick has to say.
Last year researching and writing this book.
Okay.
And during that time, I've gotten to know Tucker, his family, his friends, and his staff very well.
Oh.
In fact, I've gotten to know Tucker the person, not the caricature that his enemies try to portray. I was working closely with Tucker when he was taken off the air by Fox. And as some of you know, I was also a regular on his show.
Yeah.
And I happened to be a guest on the final episode of the show, which was on April 21st. I've also seen the monologue that Tucker planned to deliver on Monday, April 24th, before his show was abruptly taken off the air. That monologue dealt with, among other things, investigations around January 6th, and particularly Ray Epps, the only person captured on video inciting people to violence at the Capitol that day, and allegedly an FBI informant who still has not been arrested or charged. Ironically, a good part of the monologue also dealt with the people and forces that are trying to silence him, like AOC and others in government. It has now been reported that his firing was a condition demanded by Dominion as part of the settlement with Fox, Although Dominion has denied this, my sources have intimate knowledge of the situation, and they have assured me, even before this news leaked, that that is, in fact, the truth.
Huh. Interesting.
The plot thickens.
That's what, I mean, it's pretty much what we surmised.
Yeah, well, we've been going back and forth on that. Was it the Dominion thing? Was it that other weird lawsuit of the producer who never even met him in person?
Right.
You know, what weird thing happened there? Because you don't fire your number one show.
And what happened to the, I heard you ask yesterday or the day before about the January 6th videos. What was it, 14,000 hours? Yeah.
Let's get them.
Where are those now?
Yeah, where
was
are
it
they?
released to Tucker, or were they released to Fox, or where? I mean, when do we get those?
Yeah.
When do we get those?
And when do we get our copy here?
Thank you.
Which we were promised by Kevin McCarthy.
And how much control does the FBI have over that with, protecting their informants that are in the crowd?
Probably a lot.
Yeah. Now, Dominion, interestingly enough, asked for originally $1.6 billion in that lawsuit from Fox,
and
ended
about half
up
that.
It was 700 and something million.
787
and then you can
million.
write off quite a bit. I don't understand how this works. I guess I was reading that Fox can write off some of that. So they're only going to be cutting a check for like $590 million.
Well, with the new sponsors they've got coming in since Tucker left, I mean, they're going to be able to pay that off.
That's one night's income on the new Tucker Carlson show.
But it makes you wonder if they're going to settle for that big of a drop from $1.6 billion. What else did Dominion get? Sounds like maybe it was Tucker's head. Wow, hope it was worth it, Fox.
Maybe. Huh.
Hope it was worth
I hope it wasn't. I'm just going to be honest and not even sarcastic about it.
Right.
I hope it wasn't worth it because they're down in the dregs with the rest of the cable news channels right now. They're down battling it out.
Yeah, for the bottom.
With CNN and MSNBC. Good luck with that. That's great. Good for you. And you've got Rachel Maddow kicking Fox ass every night now. Congratulations. Welcome to it,
amazing.
Fox. Isn't it? It is. It's incredible.
And is it actually Rachel? Because there for a while she was only doing a day or two a week.
Yeah.
Because she's got such a busy schedule.
Oh, I know.
Working on her podcasts.
She's in such demand.
Yeah.
That she could carve out any time for MSNBC.
I know.
It's amazing.
But now that Tucker's gone, I guess we're carving out more time.
Yeah. Jeez. Amazing. All right. There's a little battle going on right now between Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Ted Cruz. A little Twitter battle. Because they've been doing this Twitter little battle lately. The impetus for the Twitter discussion stemmed from Ted Cruz first commenting on the NAACP issuing a travel advisory for Florida, saying the state devalues and marginalizes the contributions of and the challenges faced by African Americans and other communities of color. That was according to the NAACP. Cruz said, "This is bizarre and utterly dishonest." Yep. In the 1950s and 1980s, the NAACP did extraordinary good, helping lead the civil rights movement. Today, Dr. King would be ashamed of how profoundly they lost their way. A user responded that Cruz would have been first in line to filibuster against the Voting Rights Act.
Gotcha. Stop.
Jeez. And here's what Cruz responded. Nonsense. That shameful filibuster was led by Democrats, your party, Alexandria. My party, the Republicans, proudly voted for the Civil Rights Act in much higher percentages than the racist Dems, he tweeted out, which is absolutely the truth. Yep. And they will try to take credit for the Civil Rights Act of 1964 until they're blue in the face, and it was Republicans who forced them into it. And only when everything conspired against them, all of the public sentiment and the rest of Congress, did they finally cave. Because they tried like hell not to get this thing passed. So anyway, AOC inserted herself into the dialogue by saying, "Why don't you go ahead and tell people what happened to the parties after that, Ted?" Who responded,
Uh-oh.
"Sure.
So this is Ted Cruz responding to AOC.
First, the Dem Party founded the KKK. Then the Dem Party wrote Jim Crow laws. Then the Dem Party filibustered the Civil Rights Act. Today, the Dem Party filibusters school choice, trapping millions of black kids in failing schools. Today, the Democrat Party pushes abolishing the police, which results in many more black lives murdered. Today, every Democratic senator voted against my bill to stop D.C. from throwing 40% of black kids out of schools because of vax mandates. The Republican Party was founded to oppose slavery. Our first Republican president was Abraham Lincoln, who won the Civil War and ended slavery. It was Republicans who voted for the Civil Rights Act in a much higher percentage than racist Dems. Today, we produce the lowest African-American employment ever under the Trump economic boom. Today, we produced the lowest African-American poverty levels ever under the Trump economic boom. Today, in 2017, I passed the largest expansion of federal school choice ever, making 529 plans cover K through 12 over the objection of every single Senate Dem. Ow! Also, just 2 years ago, the Dem governor of Virginia had put the photo of a man dressed as a KKK Klansman on his personal yearbook page. And today, the sitting Dem president, Joe Biden, gave in 2011, a flowery eulogy for an exalted cyclops of the KKK.
Arriba, arriba!
Might remember that, being Robert Byrd. And to add to all of that, the Dem Party aggressively supports open borders, which has led to the deaths and brutal assaults of thousands of Hispanics. And AOC somehow can't seem to find her white pantsuit to cry over their suffering.
Awesome.
It's so great. So then Elon Musk chimed in, saying the thread is the kind of interaction that makes this platform so unique and entertaining.
Good stuff.
Very true. Nice job, Ted Cruz.
She asked for it.
She did.
And she got it.
And she got it. Congratulations. All right. Let me tell you about another one of our sponsors, a brand new sponsor to the show, Miracle Made. This is fantastic. Your temperature at night in your bed has one of the greatest impacts on your sleep quality. So if you wake up too hot or too cold, let me highly recommend you check out Miracle Made's bed sheets. These are fantastic. They're inspired by NASA. Miracle Made uses silver-infused fabrics and makes temperature-regulating bedding so you can sleep at the perfect temperature all night long. And when you're at the right temperature, it's so much easier to sleep. I love these sheets. They are fantastic. They have self-cooling properties. They're self-cleaning. They're luxurious and really, really comfortable. Miracle sheets are luxuriously comfortable without the high price tag of other luxury brands. And they feel as nice, if not nicer, than bed sheets used by some 5-star hotels. So try miracle.com/Pat. Go there today. Try miracle.com/Pat to try Miracle Made sheets today. And whether you're buying them for yourself or as a gift for a loved one, if you order today, you can save over 40%. And if you use our promo code PAT at checkout, you'll get 3 free towels and save an extra 20%. Upgrade your sleep with Miracle Made. Go to trymiracle.com/Pat. Try and use the code PAT to claim your free 3-piece towel set and save over 40%. Again, that's trymiracle.com/Pat. Trymiracle.com/Pat.
Pat Gray.
Alec Baldwin in a little bit of hot water again. Guy's such an elitist douchebag. He apparently called a female server a peasant as she walked away from the table after a run-in at a New York City gala.
Boy.
And she branded him bitter, claims that he became agitated as she tried to do her job. What was the story on this? You've been kind of following this,
well,
right?
I mean, I absolutely follow the Alec Baldwin stuff. I love him. I mean, I can't even say his name on my show without firing a gun. That still rules. The audience has answered.
Too soon. Too soon.
Audience has answered. Well, it's over. I know. He's done filming Rust now. He made a big deal. He shaved off his beard. It's all. And he's at the, it was the 2023 PEN America Spring Literary Gala. Man, does that sound like a fun place to be. So she came up to him and said, they were all standing around talking, and the lady who was in charge of all the servers came up to the group, and Alec was there, and she was like, hey, my people are going to start serving. And so Alec's like, well, when would be a good time for me to talk to my friends then? And she's like, well, anytime. Do you understand? And she didn't want to, according to the story, she was not going to escalate it. I mean, she knows, she's just a worker. I'm just letting you know. So she just said, anytime, sir, and walked away. And according to other workers, he called her a peasant as she walked away. Now, as much, I hate to give Alec a break, but it probably was just a joke between his elitist friends, like a peasant, just a peasant. But he's such a douche.
Yeah.
And such an elitist P-word. There, I edited myself. Just for you, Pat Gray.
Punk? He's a punk?
Yeah, you go ahead and believe that's the word I was thinking. And it's tough to believe that he was a joke from him, because he absolutely believes that those people...
that he's better than everybody.
Peasant. Yes.
He's better than everybody.
Him and Robert Douche Nero.
Oh, man. I mean, what I love to remember every time we have a story about Alec Baldwin's elitism is his big effort to do talk radio. This was, 10, 12 years ago now? It was a while ago. And he was at WPHT in Philadelphia, and he thought, because he was in this feud with Sean Hannity at the time. Remember that?
Yeah.
And so he thought he could do it better.
Anybody could do talk radio.
Could do that. And here was his effort at trying to get that done.
When can we take some calls, Ivan?
Whenever we want.
Do we have calls that are on there now?
No calls yet. No calls
yet. What number do people call to get on the air, Ivan? Do we have that number?
It's right there.
Do I have the call number in front of me? Oh, I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry.
That's interesting.
That's interesting.
Interesting. Do we have any calls yet there, Ivan? No calls. Let's get some more about Scientology. Is Sean Hannity
a Scientologist?
A Scientologist. Alec Baldwin posing the big questions tonight here. Do we have any calls here yet, Ivan?
Bad.
None. Boy, it's just incredible.
That is incredible.
Bad.
It's incredible you're in Philadelphia and you can't scare up one call.
Well,
that's amazing.
There's a couple of things underlying to that that's awesome to me is that that he got there late.
Yeah.
Almost showtime. It's because he believed he could just walk in
and just wing it.
So, he got no, Ivan's probably there saying, seriously, we can take some calls. You can talk about this, trying to lay out the show. There's no time for any of that because he just walked in and believed it was just going to happen.
Right.
And then as a listener, as a talk show listener throughout the years, whenever a host is really struggling like that, you never call. You let them struggle.
And they did. And they did. And he thought, I'm going to walk in there and I'm Alec Baldwin. People are going to be
right. They're just going to line
talk
up
to me.
They want to talk to me.
That phone's going to ring nonstop. I love it. I just absolutely love that.
Awesome.
We haven't played that in a while.
No, we haven't. That's good stuff.
Because it was in our heads too much. Anytime a phone call came up, it was, we have any phone calls yet, Ivan?
That's interesting.
When can we take calls? Yeah, it was. That's interesting.
Yeah,
it's interesting.
That's interesting.
Do we have any phone calls, Ivan?
It's right there.
What's that? Do we have a phone number? Is there a number people can call, Ivan? Yes, right there. When can people call? Anytime they want, Alec. Anytime.
Did he call yet? No, not yet.
Oh, that's interesting. I'm so sorry. Also, a couple of weeks ago, the Deputy Secretary of Energy was in front of the Senate. Somebody sent us this to make sure we had the clip of Senator John Kennedy doing his thing, which is always fun, always good. Here's John Kennedy.
If we spend $50 trillion to become carbon neutral in the United States of America by 2050, you're the Deputy Secretary of Energy, Give me your estimate of how much that is going to reduce world temperatures.
So first of all, it's a net cost. It's what benefits we're having from getting our act together and reducing all of those climate benefits. We're seeing.
Let me ask again. Maybe I'm not being clear. If we spent $50 trillion to become carbon neutral by 2050 in the United States of America, how much is that going to reduce world temperatures?
This is a global problem, so we need to reduce our emissions, and we need to do everything we can.
How much, if we do our part, is it going to reduce world temperatures?
We're 13% of global emissions.
You don't know, do you?
No,
you don't know, do you?
You can do the math. We need to.
You don't know, do you, Mr. Secretary?
So we're 13% of global.
If you know, why won't you tell me?
If we went to zero, that would be 13%.
You don't know, do you? You just want us to spend $50 trillion. And you don't have the slightest idea whether it's going to reduce world temperatures. Now, I'm all for carbon neutrality, but you're the Deputy Secretary of the Department of Energy, and you're advocating we spend trillions of dollars to seek carbon neutrality, and you can't, and this isn't your money or my money, it's taxpayer money, and you can't tell me how much it's going to lower world temperatures? Or you won't tell me? You know, but you won't?
In my heart of hearts, there is no way the world gets its act together on climate change unless the U.S. leads.
Tell me how much it's going to reduce. You can't tell me.
Right. Why would we lead on that if you can't even give me a number?
Well, they know. That's what he said, or won't, because they know it won't do anything.
That's not going to change the temperature on this planet. You can spend $500 trillion, and it's not going to change. We can't control the climate. We can't control the temperature. It drives me out of my mind. I mean, the whole admission by Al Gore that sometimes temperature goes up before carbon.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Welcome. 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Yeah, John Kennedy. Senator John Kennedy just trying to pin down the Deputy Secretary of Energy as to, okay, how much will the temperature go down if we spend the $50 trillion you want? $50 trillion.
That's it, though.
Deputy Secretary can't give him an answer. Why? Because there is no answer. They have no idea. In fact, let me remind you of what Al Gore said just a few years ago.
The temperature goes up before the sea
Sometimes
goes up.
Sometimes that has been true in the past. The opposite
what?
has also been true.
I'm sorry, you just admitted that the whole premise for climate change is right out the window. It's just gone down the drain or out a window. Okay, so if temperature rises before the CO2 goes up, what the hell are we fighting CO2 for? Well, that is true sometimes, but sometimes the opposite is also true. Okay. So you're saying it can happen either way. That proves my point.
Can I tell you what the real problem is here? Okay, Pat?
Sure.
The real problem is that you heard him say that and you caught that. Mm-hmm. You're not supposed to notice
you're right.
that kind of hypocrisy.
I know.
You're supposed to just move on.
I know.
And cut the check for Al.
Yeah, cut the $50 trillion check, and a lot of that will go to Al because he's so invested in these climate products. Well, I've become a climate billionaire, so yes, I'm not going to let this go.
Yes.
Man. The little-known unintended consequence of recycling plastics.
I love this story so much.
Instead of helping to tackle the world's staggering plastic waste problem, recycling may be exacerbating a concerning environmental problem. That's microplastic pollution.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, this is the kind of stuff that'll affect you, get in your lungs.
Look at that.
And it's courtesy, apparently, of recycling plastic. Of course. Thank you, environmentalists.
A recent peer-reviewed study that focused on a recycling facility in the UK suggests that anywhere between 6 to 13% of the plastic processed could end up being released into water or the air as microplastics. Ubiquitous tiny particles smaller than 5 millimeters that have been found everywhere, from Antarctic snow to inside human bodies.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I mean, it's pretty amazing where they found it. You think that of course, they didn't think about it, long term, but they should have some sort of cap. No, they do not.
They always create a problem that they say they're trying to.
That's for sure.
I'm just wondering, and I'm not going to be able to do this on the fly here, but I would love to see a map of cancer around the nation and just see. This is a hypothesis. Let's see if it's true. If it around plastic recycling plants and facilities.
Yeah, if
are
it's
they higher?
Increasing the rate.
Love to know that.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. Wow.
There you go. I mean, they constantly creating a problem that doesn't exist and trying to solve another one.
So there was a pro-life group at Hunter College that was manning a table.
Have we thrown them in jail? Are we heading down this road?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Because I don't like these groups.
Professor Shelly Ann Rodriguez didn't like that they were there.
Oh, okay.
There's pro-lifers, man. Shelly Ann doesn't like them either.
Okay, let's see what happens.
She's with you on that.
Good.
Yeah, here's what happened.
You're not educating.
Oh, no.
This is propaganda.
Propaganda?
What are you going to do, like anti-trans next? Is that what you're going to do next?
I mean, what? We're talking about abortion.
This is violent.
It's violent.
My students.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
No, what's violent is...
No, you're not.
Oh,
you can't even have a baby. So you don't even know what that is.
You can't even have a baby.
Get this out of here.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Easy there. That's a professor.
Okay, but he's the violent one, not her.
Right.
Do I have that down?
Yes, you do.
Okay, you got it.
And the violence isn't happening to the babies inside the womb when their skulls are being crushed. It's from the people who are trying to stop that.
The people that
happening.
are standing
I see.
and doing nothing. Yes.
I see. Huh. Interesting. We learned a lot there.
You sure did.
Yes, we did.
Sure did.
We learned a lot. And I think we learned even more when a New York Post writer went to that professor's apartment.
Uh-huh.
And
yeah, she was this professor was disciplined.
Okay.
Right, but didn't lose her job. And
what would they do to discipline her?
I forget, but I know that Hunter College said that if you do something else, then there's going to be real trouble.
We're going to suspend you without pay next time.
I think they said if you do something like this again, we're going to fire you. Yeah, that's what it was.
All right.
But so let's see.
Does this qualify? What's coming up?
I don't know. You tell me if this is a fireable offense.
Let's get out of here.
Wait,
can't do that.
What just happened? Oh, she held a machete to a reporter's neck.
Oh my gosh!
Let's get out of here.
Here you go.
So she came out of her apartment and held a machete to the guy's neck.
I imagine there's going to be an update today.
She's not on campus.
But we're the violent ones. We're the pro-lifers. That's violence. I can't. These people.
Oh, there's an update this morning. She has been fired.
Oh, good.
Wow.
Good. How about that?
That's amazing.
Yeah, it is.
She has been, quote, relieved of her duties. Yeah, that is tough to believe.
Wow. She's probably with pay, though. They'll probably pay her.
They have to pay her out, right?
Yeah, I'm sure they do. I'm sure they do. My gosh.
Effective immediately. She will not be returning to the school.
No longer at Hunter College.
Yeah. Okay. But to your point, she's probably getting paid.
Yeah, probably. I bet she's getting a nice severance package. You know what? We said it, so now we've got to back it up. But I'll tell you what, we'll give you a nice little golden parachute.
There's enough money to add to her knife collection.
Pay you for the next 6 months to a year, maybe 18 months, whatever.
It's pretty amazing that
help you get a job.
They would fire her. She wasn't on. Her apartment was her apartment on campus? I mean, I guess she has her, the morals and perpetuity clauses.
Oh,
probably.
Yeah, you have those obviously in your clause, right, Jeffy?
Well, first of all, even if they're in there, I don't care.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Me.
Okay. And the attack on life and religion isn't limited to the United States either. In Calgary, Alberta, Canada, trans activists decided that they would destroy Bibles.
Oh, okay.
Again, these are not the violent people, though.
Right. Thank you.
We're the violent
Yes,
ones.
you got it.
And you're about to see another example of that. Here it is.
Liberals burned Bibles during a fire ban in Calgary and get caught.
Okay, so they're setting fire to the Bible. That's the New Testament there.
I think there's a fire ban right now.
Wait, what'd you just say? Oh no! Okay, now pause it for a second. Pause it, please. Okay, so he's just been informed they're having wildfires like crazy in Alberta right now.
Yeah.
And the girl goes,
"Oh, there's a fire ban."
There's a fire ban. That's why he stopped burning the Bible, because there's a fire ban, not because it's the Bible. And then so then they figure out a different way to destroy.
All right.
The word.
You just got caught.
You just got caught during a fire ban. They just start ripping it up. There you go. All right. There we go. So we'll just rip them up page by page. There we go.
There you go.
They
got her done.
Again,
Get
though.
her done.
Again, though.
Yeah. We're the violent ones.
You got it?
We're the violent ones.
Yeah, exactly. I'm glad you understand. Jeffy. You
I
seem to-
completely understand.
Yeah.
I completely understand. I mean, that's what they're leading us to believe from Target too, right? Target's trying to walk the line. They're after everybody was after them because they have their big pride display and trans and tuck-it swimsuits up front in the lobby as you walk in. And now they had a big call with their managers and they're saying, "Hey, move the stuff out of the front of the store. Get it to the back to a smaller area." The managers are complaining, saying that people are complaining, and they're saying Target is trying to blame that on
on us. I'm sure
the sense of safety and well-being while at work,
right?
For our employees, it's impacting our team,
of course.
So, given these volatile circumstances, we're making adjustments to our plans.
Okay. All right.
I mean, but they are feeling the heat for it, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, they do not want to be Bud Light, but I say it's too late for that probably for them. But that's okay. I mean,
they're worse than Bud Light.
Oh, my gosh. And Target, the CEO has already said woke works for us.
Woke capitalism works for us.
I mean, it works for us. Does it, though? Does it?
Yeah, and here's a quote from a Target insider there. Quote, "Given the current situation with Bud Light, management is terrified." So on the one hand, they're terrified on the conference call, but in public, they're saying, no,
we support Pride Month. We've supported Pride Month for a decade. We're still all about it. Well, it really wasn't about the Pride stuff. It was about the trans stuff added to the Pride. The LGBTQ, all that plus stuff. That is now being rammed down everyone's throats, right? It's that's the straw that broke the camel's back.
It'll be interesting to see how this plays out with Target.
Yeah,
enough is enough.
Well, the T has become the most important aspect of LGBTQIA2+. The T's now the trans group runs the country. They just run the country all of a sudden. I don't understand it. I don't know how this happened. How did this tiny, tiny minority of people become so incredibly powerful where everybody has to take a knee to the trans movement?
They sure do.
We got to change our you talk about changing your history.
Yeah.
And Barack knows that we are going to have to make sacrifices. We're going to have to change our conversation. We're going to have to change our traditions, our history. We're going to have to move into a different place.
Change the definition of men and women. Change our pronouns. We're going to have to do all of these things to bend the knee, to genuflect to trans people. I don't understand it. I don't want any harm to come to them. I don't want to offend them. But this is insanity, what is happening now. We've completely discounted anybody else's sensibilities, including those of young women or any women, girls in bathrooms, in locker rooms, athletes. It doesn't matter.
Nope.
Their feelings, their sensitivity, doesn't matter. In fact, if you have a problem with a trans person showing their genitalia, we'll get you some help because there's obviously something wrong with you.
Oh, my gosh. We got to see that clip of the girl who's writing the college paper. I mean, she's trying to write this college paper, and she explains what happened here.
All right.
I got a 0 on a project proposal in my class because I used the term biological women, which is apparently not allowed anymore. She even said it was a good project proposal, but I got a 0 because I used this term and it's exclusionary and not allowed anymore, so. And I 100% know that this is like the most biased grade ever because my project is about transgenders competing in biological women's sports. How am I supposed to do my final project if I can't use the word biological women? But that's what my project is about.
We are in
come
hell.
up with another project and zip it.
We are in hell.
We don't care about her.
Nope.
She doesn't matter. Her sensibility doesn't matter. Whether she passes the class or not doesn't matter.
Facts don't matter.
Shut up. Keep your mouth shut.
Yep.
You bigot.
That
How
is not allowed.
dare you use the term biological male? How dare you do that? I mean, do you see where we are? It's incredible.
It sure is.
It's absolutely incredible. Wait a minute. Did something happen here that I didn't know about?
Yeah, man. When you played Barack Knows.
No! Is that on there too?
Nice job. What's our winner's name? Who do we got on line whatever it is? Hello?
Because we're taking this so quickly that we don't even have the name up there yet.
That's how fast it is.
That's how fast. That's how instant.
I was wondering if you know.
I didn't know.
Knew that you did
I did not.
I
like
heard
it when that happens because it's organic, right? We didn't try to.
I thought, I must have already played that earlier this week.
No.
I thought we did.
No.
Who do we have on the line there, Daniel?
Are we getting any response from the other room?
No.
Can you ask a name?
Just, hey,
That's too hard
what's your
to do.
name?
That's too hard to do.
Okay.
We will just bring it up.
Just put it on.
All
all right.
What's your name?
Congratulations.
Chased him away. All right.
All right. Fine.
There we go. It's on the air.
The microaggression. Hi. Who's this?
Hello.
Are you there? Hello.
Bingo.
Okay.
Nice.
And who is this with bingo?
Yeah.
This is Giblets.
Giblets.
Okay.
That's not allowed anymore. I'm sorry, sir.
All right, Giblets. And where are you calling from? Where are you?
Are you really concerned, or are you just making small talk?
No, I'm just making small talk.
I'm concerned. Where are you calling from?
Jeffy's concerned.
Calling from Virginia.
Okay, man.
All right, there you go.
Thanks for listening. And did we get your information yet? Are you all set with the shop dot whatever it is .com?
Pat Gray Shop.
No, we were still working on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We'll put you back on hold.
Where'd you get
Giblets.
the bingo? Where did you get your bingo?
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, tell us about that.
Top row.
Top row.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right.
Go through it.
So because he's breaking up, I'll do it for him. The Mars slave colony. All right. Then the VW broccoli or broccoli in utero. The day democracy almost died.
Yep.
Jeffy says business. And Barack knows we have to change. Blah blah blah.
There you go.
Yeah. I mean,
Nice.
look at this. This was a battleground.
Yeah, we wanted to keep it going a little bit longer, and I screwed up.
We were one away at 6 places at that point. And my word, that was an intense
intense
contest.
one. Was. All right. Thanks, Giblets. We'll get you your patgrayshop.com. $30 worth. And then the Kexi cookies from Kexi.com.
Pretty sweet. Any new flavors over Memorial Day?
My
or
wife
anything?
is inventing a new flavor as we speak for Father's Day. Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Tastes like dudes?
It's it's some kind of chocolate bar with chocolate chips, M&Ms. It's all kind of stuffed with delicious
I
stuff.
could be a fan of something like that.
Yeah, I bet you could. I could too, believe me. I can't have more than a little teeny taste of it. But
either.
You
But
either.
me
I know. Because
either.
you're really watching your girly figure, aren't you, right now? So I think we all realize that.
What's with the sniff? Do you have allergies over there?
Yeah, I just have a little bit of a cold, I think.
Yeah,
or
that
allergies.
time of year. Shoot.
I'm not sure which it is, but,
Girlish figure on Jeffy.
do something about that. All right. Speaking of all this, Pink News is a source for gay-related news.
Oh, it's bookmarked, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Every
It's your
day I
startup
go.
page?
It is.
Pink News.
It's my homepage. And they apparently just released a helpful list of examples of microaggressions against LGBTQ.
Thank goodness. This is long overdue.
Plus
am I right?
people. It is. Yes. So here's one of the things that you don't want to say. You don't want to use terminology like
Okay.
That's so gay.
That's so gay.
That's so gay.
I love that.
I don't think people say that as much anymore because they realize it's a microaggression against gay people. Deliberately not using someone's preferred pronouns. How dare you? How dare you?
You should be taken in the center of town square for that.
And flogged.
Yes.
You bet. Making assumptions about someone based on their sexuality, gender identity, or ethnicity.
Making assumptions.
Don't do that.
Okay, noted.
Suggesting that a person is not a real man or woman.
What does that even mean?
Now, if you're Leah Thomas and you have a wiener,
okay,
are you a real woman?
No.
Me neither. I don't think so either. No, you're not. You're not a real.
That's not the answer?
No, that's not the right answer, but it's
sorry.
the answer we both really feel, I think. At least I do.
You're
not a real woman if you have a penis, okay?
Wow, breaking news.
You're just not. You can feel that way. You can feel that way. That's fine.
Yeah,
but you're
you
not.
can identify that way if you want to. Whatever.
But it's just not.
I don't care, but you're not.
I'm sorry, follow up, please. Are you a biologist by any chance?
I am not.
Then
I'm not.
along.
Then I should probably shut up.
Move along.
Excluding people from discussions, well, except for conservatives, then that's perfectly all right.
Right. Totally.
Accusing people of being oversensitive. Don't ever do that because there's nobody who's oversensitive. They really do need cry closets.
So if you're a dude
right.
wanting us to call you a woman, and I refuse to, and you get upset, it actually sounds like you may be well on your way to being a woman.
Okay. All right.
Think that one through.
I'm trying. But speaking of being overly sensitive, remember last week when Matt, is it Jones? I think it's Matt Jones.
Yeah, that's right. I think that's right.
Matt Jones, who is a reporter at the State Department, he's always asking good questions of the State Department spokesperson. And last week, he was saying, hey, you guys just attached pronouns to all email. And a lot of them are wrong. Are you aware of that? And the guy wasn't at the time. The spokesperson wasn't. But they screwed up.
Yeah, so it would say like pat.gray at state.gov.us or whatever. And then it would say, in parentheses.
Yeah.
And that would be a part of your in the to field.
Now, if that were to happen to you, Pat.
Oh, my gosh. I wouldn't be able to go on.
That's
Jeffy,
not a microaggression. That's a major one.
That's a major aggression to me and my sensibility. And I don't think I could handle life. I would definitely need counseling.
Wow.
Well,
because I'm not oversensitive.
Thanks to the State Department. Yeah. If that happened to you, you'd get it.
Thank you, U.S. government, to the rescue.
I would. So the State Department offered counseling to these people. And you're telling me they're not overly sensitive? Shut up.
We are governed by fools.
Yes. If you're that sensitive, I'm sorry. You can't work at the U.S. State Department.
I love some of the,
anywhere else,
some
for
of
that
the
matter.
quotes that were sent out to State Department employees, like,
"Oh, we're so sorry.
Right.
Please forgive us."
I mean, it's just like...
It's asinine.
It's over, man. This
It's
was a
asinine.
good ride, though.
But there's a couple more examples of microaggressions.
Oh, we got more of these microaggressions.
Against LGBTQ+.
Here's a sentence that you better not ever utter.
Okay.
I'm not homophobic, transphobic, biphobic, but...
Oh, that means you are.
That means you are. Don't you dare put in a but.
Right.
You just leave it at, I'm not homophobic or transphobic.
Yeah.
Or biphobic.
And stuff.
Keeping quiet when a microaggression is directed against someone else.
I just don't want to rock the boat.
Say something.
Yeah.
Say something.
Because if you keep quiet,
hear it, say it.
Yeah. Because if you keep quiet, then you're part of the problem.
Part of the problem.
I love those last couple of phrases. It's so obvious that they're just trying to make them on par with being a racist.
Yes.
You know? I'm not a racist, but...
Oh, yes.
And if you see something racist, don't keep quiet. Jump in there.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever.
Yep.
I mean... this is...
Can I throw in another microaggression?
Please do.
In fact, this is more than micro.
Please do.
This is a major infraction being done by male students at Lake Ridge High School.
Uh-oh.
Apparently, the school had the consideration to put tampons in the men's room.
It's an Oregon state law in public school bathrooms.
They had to. And so they're there in case some of the boys need them.
Sure, you never know when it's going to happen.
And instead, what are they doing? They're destroying the dispensers, the tampon dispensers, and throwing them in toilets.
Those naughty boys. Boys will be boys, as opposed to being girls.
What about the boys who need that product and now it's in the toilet?
Again, more than a microaggression.
More than a microaggression.
Wow.
That's a macroaggression right there.
That's a stupid law to begin with, and I'm so glad to see that the boys understand this.
That boys will still be boys, and make a nice little statement there.
Yeah.
Let me tell you about the reckoning. Last night, Glenn laid out the Biden crime family's staggering level of corruption in this viral special, The Reckoning. During the show, he outlined a plan to finally hold the Bidens accountable for their crimes, but it requires you listening and taking action in order for it to work. Go to thereckoningguide.com and join us on calling these state officials to finally enforce the law. Okay? Thereckoningguide.com. Go there.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.